COVID hit us really hard. It hit us around March. I closed on March 10th because all of the tech companies just said work from home starting then. So I closed. I let go of my staff that day, which was really hard. At that point, we really didn't know much. So I did pivot the business quickly. We kept the other business owner, Lee, we kept the business open. We never officially closed. And we did catering for facilities crews. I got a food relief program, so we were serving 200, 300 meals a day to people that were food insecure. And I got some catering clients. I did some online food sales. So we really pivoted the business to reflect the times. I partnered with a few companies to sell prepared food delivery, like a grocery delivery service. But I didn't see, and I think a lot of businesses are saying this now, but I didn't see a recovery period. We had 4 years left on our lease, and the numbers didn't make sense. And so I decided to close permanently. I decided in July. I had a horrible lease, like I said, and I had a personal guarantee, which means that I personally and all 4 of the business owners owed the remaining amount of the lease, which was $670,000. Just for information, we put $500,000 into the building to bring it up to code. So this is a substantial amount of money. But we ended up through about a month and a half of lease negotiations with our landlord, buying our way out of the lease for $200,000 cash and walk away with no commitment, which, as far as I've talked with a lot of lease attorneys, and there's no precedent for anything like this. So it's all based on what you can get and how you do it. And we did a good job. I'm satisfied with it. I'm not happy about it, but I am satisfied with, I think it was the right choice, and I haven't had a day. We officially were done September 5th, so it's still pretty fresh, but it was the right choice for us and our location. And yeah, it gives us a fresh start. I consider it my final MBA is a lease termination to finish the school of thought on that. But a lot of interesting learning through that process, and yeah.
So you graduated now.
I graduated. Yay! The hard knock school.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just asked about bankrupt. No, I was still solvent, and I raised a ton of money. I got a lot of grants, and I got the PPP loan. I got the EIDL loan. I did all of the stuff to save the business, and I raised a substantial amount of money through all of those. Only $60,000 of it I had to pay back out of $280,000. So I had money, and I made the decision early enough to not go into debt, to not declare bankruptcy. Plus, with the guarantee, it doesn't matter if you guarantee a lease or something, then you're personally responsible with your assets. So even if you have an LLC or something, it doesn't matter. So I didn't have to declare bankruptcy, and that's why I was happy. I did make the call maybe early, but I think it was definitely the right thing to do, and to not throw us out. We're just done. So thanks for that question, because a lot of people ask about that. But I think what I've heard is it's too late if you have to declare bankruptcy. You should have made the call earlier. And that's a big kind of learning curve that people are going into right now. A lot of people are taking out significant loans that they may not be able to recover. I would just say be careful. Even I had a profitable business, I had a good business. The money wasn't going to work. Just be careful. You have to, it's a hard call, but you have to be true to the numbers. But that's a good question. I think the main thing that small businesses should learn at the beginning when you have the time is learn whatever your business is. You're going to be passionate about that. You will do that. So you need to learn all of the things that are uncomfortable. So I'm dyslexic. I don't know how to use spreadsheets. So I took a class in QuickBooks. And that was really important to learn so that I could read a P&L. I did all the bookkeeping, but you need to do the work at the beginning and not pay professionals until you really understand the meat and potatoes of it. And there are a lot of free resources out there that I don't think people know about. The city of San Francisco and most city halls have a small business development group where they give you all the checklists, how to create an LLC, all of the permitting you need to do. So that's a really good resource. Always go to your city. I use them even on the closing down. They had a lot of pro bono legal stuff set aside. So I just talked with people. So I use these resources, and SCORE, which is a portion or section of the SBA, they have a lot of resources as well. They're basically professionals that have retired and volunteer their time to help. So you have your legal, your accounting, all of that. I did my own operating agreement for the LLC. I filed all of the things. The only professionals that I ended up hiring out were a bookkeeper and an accountant and a lawyer. But even with the lawyer, I did a lot of the research and talked with pro bono lawyers and then brought it to them. So I think being able to separate your passion out and putting that to the side for a moment to learn the other things, it just makes it so much smoother. So that's really important. I can't stress that enough. And being able to understand all the aspects of your business is really important. So that's what I would say. With that, as for me, I actually got a job already. And I wasn't, thank you. I had the architects that did the design build, I had them write a LinkedIn recommendation for me, and they're like, we should hire you. You're great. And so I am now project managing ADUs, which is accessory dwelling unit. So it's a house that you put on your property that's not your main house. And it's a pretty cool project. So I'm doing a prefab version, a modular version for affordable housing. So my newest slogan is, I think I've fed about 1 million people. Now I want to house. I won't house 1 million people. That's really hard to do, but I can house a chunk of people. So I'm doing that. I did get on the board of Eat Real, which is a nonprofit in Oakland that helps with school lunches, taking sugar out and making the food better, more sustainable. So that's one thing I did, and I got Dominique Crenn actually to be a promoter, voice, advocate for it, which was really exciting. And I got to meet her, and I spent 6 hours with her at Atelier Crenn. So yeah, I've just had some nice moments and camaraderie with other business owners actually during this time, and now I'm full force on the housing.